Marilyn Mike, how are you doing, man? Good to see you, brother. Good, very good to see you. What are you up to? I just got in here, man. I was having to pill up. You know what I'm saying, brother? What's been going on around here? Any questions? Any ideas? Hey, Courtney. Yeah, I know I'm late. Oh my goodness! And this, that cat ninja. What are y'all up to? Good to see y'all. I just can't, I just pilling up so that way I could be in here, hang with you guys for a little while, show you some of the latest and greatest. Soul intent. What in tarnation? I wish I knew what in tarnation was tarnation. Yeah, it is past my bedtime, but you know me, I don't listen to nothing. I always do what I need to do what I want to do. I don't listen to nobody. Just ask Marilyn Mike. Just ask Cat Ninja. Ask Courtney. Hey, I don't do none of that. I just figured I haven't been streamed in a little while, and I've got some of the coolest information. Some good, some not so good, but some information that I wanted to share with everybody. Oh yes, smoke them if you got them. You had to clean your case. Well, what case was that? Your court case? Your guitar case? Your drum case? See, it's just, there's more to it than just a case. Oh, your meat case? Well, man, don't be sticking something in there and then you won't have to clean it. Cassandra's life in Alba crazy. Good to see you. Oh, you're the butcher now? Oh my God, you gave him a knife. Boy, didn't they know better than that? Cassandra, how are you? It is definitely good to see y'all. Definitely good to see y'all. I heard about a tale about a female butcher who cuts meat with a cast iron skillet. She got a husband she beats with the skillet. Well, Cassandra, I have been better, but I've been a lot worse too. So I'm just hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. I can't believe that Soul is now a butcher. How did you get to be the butcher? That just trips me out. And Cat Ninja, what have you been doing? And Marvelous Mike, what y'all been doing? Especially today, because I've been kind of out of everything today. Well, soul intent, work is work, and we've been busy, man. We've just been busy doing just stuff. You know, things have been a little crazy. You got to take it one day at a time. Well, you know, Cassandra, that's a good way to look at it. That's what I have been doing. Just taking it one day at a time. Definitely about the last month, I have taken it one day at a time. I haven't had any other way to do it. Wow. Wow. So you've been training on it for 3 years. You never told me about it. I told them they don't give me the money, I'm gonna leave without notice because that's ridiculous, and they promoted you. Oh my goodness. Well, you hit the jackpot, dude, brother. The only way you go is up from here. So that's the way you got to do it. Life is like Cassandra. Ain't that the truth? Life is definitely like a roller coaster. We have high points, we have low points, and then we somehow keep it in the center. But it sounds like Soul just hit a high point, and I have definitely hit what you might call a low point. But that's okay. You know, it's all one day. Training program is black and white. You get hired in, you get trained. Instead, they keep forcing me to clean. You know, yeah, that's the way things are. Definitely. Honey Bunch. What's up, Honey Bunch? How are you? What's the low point? It's nothing, man. Cassandra, do you know Honey Bunch? Have you ever met Honey Bunch before? The BG force you to eat vegetables. You're so sad. I wish it was that low where that was the only thing. Sweet Jessie. Oh my goodness. What's going on, Sweet Jessie gang? Good to see you. Very good to see you. I wish it was just that simple, brother. I really do. I wish it was that simple. Eric, cast and blast. What's going on? I hope you're all doing well. Doing well. I really do. Oh, Cassandra, it's the least I can do. You know, I just want to make sure people that I know, people that I can trust, are going to be good for the channel, and make sure that they're in here so they feel like that they can say something and not get chumped or timed out for it. I hope you and BG get a high point as soon as possible. It took me a long time to get mine. Just got to remain vigilant and trust in God's plan. Yeah, you do. That's it, soul. That's it, soul. It's a little harder. Well, it's good, soul. I bet your phone is working again. Good to find out. Eric, we have highest points and we have low points, and I'm in a low point right now. But that's why I stream, because I got all of you guys, and you guys here lift my spirits up, make me feel good, you know, and that's a good thing. And just in case, since y'all are here, I want to go ahead and start this off with an oldie but a goodie, just so you can kind of see, just so we can get everybody on the same page with what we're about to deal with tonight, you know. So y'all sit back and take and check this out because you're definitely going to enjoy it, and you're definitely going to be um, definitely going to go dang when you see it.
This bizarre clip started getting shared around social media in mid 2014. It's taken from security footage in an unknown shoe store in the US. Everything seems normal until a mysterious man dressed in all black leaves the store. As he heads for the exit, he passes a mirror that doesn't show a reflection. The previous customer walked by and there's a normal reflection, but the second man doesn't appear to cast any reflection whatsoever. When the short clip was first uploaded, viewers were quick to call the man a vampire. According to legend, mirrors hold and reflect part of the human soul. Therefore, vampires, which are often depicted as soulless creatures, can't be seen in mirrors. Analysts are stumped by this bizarre piece of footage. They've not been able to debunk the clip and can't identify whether it's digitally enhanced or not. What do you think, real or fake? Love to hear.
So what do you think, Bella? Bella, how are you doing? Hang on there. Billy girl. Oh, your favorite Texan. Oh, okay, okay. What do y'all think about that? That's pretty strange, wouldn't you say? I mean, you're talking about something that is supposed to have an image reflection, that has an image reflection, that for some reason doesn't. It could be a glitch. It could be a glitch in the matrix. It could definitely be that. But there were other people were in there. Other people reflected an image. It's just that one guy who looks kind of strange anyway, dressed real strange, uh, didn't have a reflection. My real name is Gormedius, and I'm a 3200-year-old vampire. Okay, Gormedius, you do what you need to do. Baby boy is getting better. I started hurting on the right side on my back of my kidney. It's like a sore feeling, honey. Strange. It's just the angle his reflection is by his body due to the angle. So you think it's the angle? Rainy Star. What's going on, Rainy Star? How are you doing? So I don't know. I don't know. That's just an oldie but a goodie. That's something that we show sometimes just to make you see that there's a bunch of strange stuff out there. Bunch of strange stuff. Rainy Star, how are you doing? What are you up to? Vampires. Oh Lord, interesting. Well, it's just something. I mean, who knows what it is? I mean, yeah, like Soul said, it could be the angle, it could be the reflection. I mean, any number of different things it could be. Oh, really? So, Jess, you getting some rain now? Man, we haven't had any rain in so long that I forgot what it sounded like. Yeah, we normally put ours in the garage. For some reason, she likes the garage, and so that's where we put her, and she's all good and fine. We're really getting ready for bed. Okay, Rainy. Well, that's good. You can do that. Yeah. Today's going to be the one you can listen to. It's pretty strange, but yeah, it's definitely going to be one you can listen to. Oh, Bella, there are definitely things out there I don't understand. No, Eric, we didn't get any. If you got some in Dallas, good. That means it will come down this way. Some of the water will come down this way. But no, we didn't get any, man. We got nothing. It was hot. Today it was just hot. It's supposed to rain tonight and tomorrow. She usually hides under the desk, but I'm sitting here now. Let's see, right now it says 87 degrees, and the nearest rain is 46 miles away. So we're not getting any. We haven't gotten any. Yeah, yeah, Eric. Yeah, we haven't got any. Man, it's just been like nothing out there. Yeah, Bella. Yeah, it's coming. Fall is coming. I'm seeing crowds of cars in the schools again. You know, the traffic lights are going. Where go 20 miles an hour. No cell phones in this area between this time and this time. It's happening. We're getting there. Thank goodness. Man, this has been a rough summer. Oh well, yeah, we can definitely pray for fall. I mean, because fall for us is like in Texas is like 2 weeks, and then it goes into winter. I mean, here it goes from really, really hot to really, really cold. That's what it is. Yeah, Eric. Yeah, that's what people would be saying here. What's that stuff falling from the sky? Oh, what's it? What is it going to do to my car? That's about it. I mean, it's been that bad. Oh, Bella, no. Oh, did your AC break? Oh my goodness. Honey Bunch, let me tell you something. It gets really, really cold here in Texas. Now, I don't know about -0, but it got down to 2 degrees here. And I think 2 degrees classifies as really, really cold. Now, I could be wrong. And, I might be wrong. But, honey Bunch, what do you think is really, really cold? Mike, what's really, really cold? I forgot to even. There we go. Let's see. Did I do that correctly? I gotta see if I did this correctly here. No, I didn't do that correctly. It doesn't look like. Well, I tried to. I tried to do this correctly. Why? How come I can't do this? Well, I'm trying to do this. I guess I could. I guess I can't. Huh? It won't let me. What's up, Vanessa? My house stays 82 every day. I keep the AC on 72. I'm actually getting used to 82. Less clothes helps. Right? Less clothing does help. We're used to hot, dry weather. That's cold. All right. All right. Let us move on here. So I've got some things to talk to you about today. The first one is I know it's one of the things that I'm just have always said is not true. In paranormal, I have said that it's not true. And that is the Loch Ness monster. Yeah, right, Eric. Yeah, I don't even want to see my electric bill. I know because it's almost been running nonstop. Okay, let's see here. Here we go. Here we go. Fossil find tantalizes Loch Ness monster fans. Uh, and it says millions of years before the first alleged sightings of the Loch Ness monster, populations of giant reptiles swam through Jurassic seas in areas that are Britain, known as plesiosaurs. Those long-necked creatures that could grow up to 40 feet long were thought to have dwelled exclusively in oceans, and that would be one that has a completed fossil of one that has. You can see there the long neck and everything, which is what we always know and see. But a discovery published in paper last week by researchers in Britain and Morocco added weights to a hypothesis that some Loch Ness monster enthusiasts have long clung to, that plesiosaurs lived not just in seas, but in freshwater also. Which is really strange, because if that's the truth, they could have lived anywhere, in any lake, just about anywhere. Because with this picture here, it's basically showing where they could have lived. Now, this would be America over here. Uh, and there is the classic, the picture of the picture that's gained the most attention as the Loch Ness monster, the one that we've all seen, the one that's the most famous in 1934, which was later revealed, yes, to have been a hoax. It's always the guy who passed just before he came out and showed how he did that and how he made this picture and how it's wrong and how it's a hoax. Showed how we did it, and then showed us exactly what we saw here and what we saw when he faked it, and it was the same one. So here we go. I got to make this smaller because I could not read the part about it. Well, now I can't read it at all. But it's basically saying that the plesiosaur was the item that was definitely should have been in the Loch Ness area and the Loch Ness water. And this is basically all that it says. Now, there are some people who said that the fossil was fake, but they have come out as professor of paleontology has come out from the University of Liege in Belgium, said that it would currently be impossible for a marine reptile like the plesiosaur to live in Loch Ness. And they've done some tests on it. And the ones they've done tests on here, the Loch Ness monster may be a giant eel, says the scientists, which is just amazing. So what they've done, Mr. T. What's going on, Mr. T? Hey, Toodles. Good to see you. But basically what they have come to and what they have said is they have done DNA tests in Heaven Sent. Good to see you. What they have done is they have done DNA tests in the sea, and the DNA sampling that they did, they came up with all kinds of different things, but they never came up with anything that could even be close to a plesiosaur. But here's what they came up with: DNA from humans, dogs, sheep, cattle, deer, badgers, rabbits, voles, birds were identified by the researchers in their DNA tests. They did not see anything else in all of their DNA tests. That's all that they could come up with. So there's no catfish, there's no plesiosaurs. There is a significant amount of eel DNA, but there was nothing else. They could not find anything else. And so that's basically what they came up with, which I tend to believe myself. I do tend to believe myself. Yes, they said it could be a huge eel, but as far as a plesiosaur, they have found no DNA in the water, in the mud, in anything like that that could even be close to what we're looking at. Now, Mr. T, if you'll scroll up just a little bit. Actually, I'll just go ahead and put it in again. If you want to come up, then we'll go ahead and come on up, man. Because the next thing that I show you is a mermaid, or signs of a mermaid. And you're going to want to see this, because this is Pankaj. Once again, great to see you. It's great to see everybody. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. Pankaj is my master. No, my master is Jesus Christ and my Lord God. That's my master. I don't know about anybody else, but that's mine. But the next thing would definitely be, oh, okay, man, Mr. T, that's fine. You know, Bella, that could be. That could definitely be. If aliens could be using our fantasy monsters against us, it could definitely be. But what would they gain from it? Is my question. What could they possibly gain from it using fantasy monsters against us? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a possibility, man, because Bella, you might gain something from that. From what you just said, you could definitely get something out of that. Just to see how we react, you know? Bella, there could be something to that. Why can't I see pancakes? Right? Why can't I see pancakes? That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see that too. But it because from what I understand, okay, that the aliens have stated that we're still too much of a what was it? What was the exact wordage they used? Our species is still too young. We would not be able to handle it correctly. Like all we would want to do is blow it up or kill it. Which and we're still too much of a what's the wordage? Um Hot tater tots. We're still too much of a not young species. Anyway, we're still a species that couldn't deal with that because all we would want to do is shoot and kill it. You know, that's yeah, we'll just go with that because I can't come up with the right words. But we're still too much of a species overall that couldn't handle it. We couldn't deal with it. Okay. And so maybe they're trying to gain us some type of toughness. So when we see something we don't understand, we don't kill it because we have done that over and over and over and over. We've seen a new species, we've seen a very large one, and all we do is kill it. Well, why is it that big when everything else is only this size? We go and we kill it instead of it allowing it to live. Yeah, we try to kill it. So maybe aliens are using our fantasy monsters to help us gain to help us grow. There is now proof they are real by the government, so you can't shoo away some thoughts now. That's very true. And that's very true. We do have a government, we do have members of governments all over the world that are saying, yeah, it is true. Like, for an example, we have, and I'm just trying to find it here. Okay, let's take a look at this. And this is definitely something a little different. So y'all hang on. Now y'all hang on. Y'all hang on to your socks now. Oh no! Oh no! We're about to take a look right now.
National Security Analysis Center. The National Security Analysis Center is a relatively unknown branch of the U.S. Justice Department. It's grown since its creation in 2008 from a small unit to a 400-employee, $150 million a year organization that employs hundreds of private contractors. Initially conceived to pursue foreign terrorists, the agency currently has a massive data gathering system that collects data from day-to-day activities of American citizens. The NSAC originated from the FBI's Foreign Terrorist Tracking Task Force, established 1 month after 9/11 to seek potential terrorist threats. However, with the rise in threats originating from within America during the last decade, the NSAC's focal point broadened by 2008. The agency now focuses attention on the American population. The NSAC works as a search engine that picks up data from several sources while performing pattern and link analysis cross-referencing. In the mid-2000s, the FBI located a suspected Al-Qaeda operative hiding in Houston through the National Security Analysis Center. The agency also helped when the FBI received intel that a Pakistani hate group was operating as taxi drivers in Philadelphia. The Bureau was able to identify them by running massive background checks. Today, the NSAC has access to 130 databases and datasets. This information comprises over 2 billion records, half of which are not available to any other government branch. In fact, the NSAC is the only organization within the American government with the authority to thoroughly investigate the everyday activities of Americans and foreigners alike. From its headquarters in Arlington, Virginia, the NSAC can access the entirety of U.S. government databases. It also has access to plenty of commercial and law enforcement data, such as international travel records, bank and casino transactions, 500,000 names of potential terrorists, and nearly 200 million records transferred through private data brokers. The NSAC keeps files on millions of U.S. citizens. You'll be on that list if you've ever received a phone call from within a federal prison, changed your address with the Postal Service, rented a car, used a corporate credit card, or obtained legal identification from a private company. Both the American Civil Liberties Union and the Electronic Frontier Foundation have conducted private investigations and obtained documents that prove the existence of these data collection efforts. The investigations portray the National Security Analysis Center as a massive and overlooked government intelligence entity with a dubious invasion of privacy agenda that goes far beyond catching foreign terrorists. Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court. The Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court is a U.S. federal court confirmed under the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act of 1978. The FISA Court, as it's commonly known, was created as a government branch that oversees and manages requests for surveillance warrants against foreign spies inside the United States. During more than 4 decades, the court has only denied a handful of warrants, and its power has been compared to that of the Supreme Court. Intelligence agencies, such as the NSA and the FBI, rely on the FISA Court to obtain legal access to private data during investigations. From its inception over 40 years ago, there have been almost 40,000 requests for surveillance warrants, and only just over 11 have been denied. The FISA Court was initially composed of 7 U.S. Chief Justice appointed district judges that served for 7 years. However, the 2001 amendments to the USA Patriot Act increased the number of judges to 11. Despite having this vast amount of power, all the FISA Court meetings are entirely secret, as are all current records. Only some redacted documents have been made public over the years. The court hearings can occur at any time during the day, even on holidays, and at least one judge has to be on call at all times to attend emergency hearings or look at evidence to decide whether or not to issue a warrant. The FISA Court's influence has expanded so much that it's sometimes thought of as parallel to the Supreme Court. The court operates through the tax contribution of American citizens, and it is expected to protect their civil rights, anonymity, and humanity as residents of the U.S. When whistleblower Edward Snowden leaked highly classified information from the NSA in 2013, it became public knowledge that the FISA Court provided the agency with access to their citizen email and call databases. This revelation left many citizens pondering whether the court really cares about the safety of Americans.
So there you go. It really is true. They really have courts. They really have they really have things out there that gonna blow your mind. Well, hey Ray Ray. There really are things out there that are hard to believe really work and really act the way they do. But this one court, this one company that started out looking for terrorists on 9/11 has grown to over 400 people, and they're getting into databases that uh, no other group can get into, and they're scanning you and they're following you. I mean, if you've ever had a call from a prison, if you've ever used a credit card from a company, they're following you. They're watching every move you make. I mean, it's the truth. They truly are. All this is tied up with the paranormal. What's up, Ray Ray? Good to see you, Ray Ray. Yeah, he really does, T. He's got his eyes on all of us, which again just shows you what's going on. David Ick. Okay, I will. I'll look into him. I will definitely look into him. Which just follows into our next thing, a paranormal, which is mermaids. And I know we wouldn't go, well, how does all this government stuff fall into mermaids? Because if aliens fall into government, aliens are tagged into government, then mermaids are definitely tied into government. And I know I sound a little strange tonight because, well, I feel a little strange. I want to know what's under the airport in Denver, Colorado. And T, I will be looking into that, and I will have something. I will definitely do a stream on that. Well, Courtney, that's a good question. That is a good question, and we might actually be able to figure something like that out. We may be able to figure something like that out. Heaven sent, you could be. I mean, as marvelous as you are, you could be. You could be a mermaid. You could definitely could be. BB. Oh my goodness, BB is here. BB, it's good to see you. It really is. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming by. Thank you everybody for coming by. Even Ray Ray. Thank you for coming by. Now let's take a look. If you want to see the mermaids, let's go in. Let's go in. I'm just gonna hit you with my best shot here. And we're just gonna go show you.
Because every time you scan a new receipt,
Okay. Yeah, Bella, I think we all want to think of mermaids like that. I really do. I think we all want to think about them like that. So now, let's take a look. Now, this is a little long. This is like 5 minutes. But I think if you're going to need to focus on it and watch it closely, because there's some things on it that you need to pay attention to. Okay, this is all going to tie into everything that you've been talking about. So check this out.
Sound the siren. During his many fishing trips over the years, Source 90, an NBMA fisherman, learned pretty well how to identify most sounds coming from the sea. But last year, he began to suspect he was being followed by someone or something. It all started with what sounded like dolphins or whales singing, which is a pretty common sound in a fisherman's life. However, there was something particular about these strange noises, something that would later lead him to a mind-blowing discovery, one that not even an expert from the Whaling Museum would be able to explain. With that said, first things first, let's start from the beginning.
I hear it. I hear him. Where's she at? What the fuck is that noise, bro? What is that noise? Where are you? This is crazy. I heard it. I heard it. I hear it. Oh my God. That's crazy. That's nuts. That's crazy.
Bet you've missed it, didn't you? Listen again, closely. A soft, feminine voice saying, "Jump for me," followed by another shrill scream. After hearing that, Source decided to fall into his bunk and try to forget about whatever the hell it was. But that didn't last long, because soon after, things started to get physical and visual. Take a look.
What the fuck?
Yo, what is that? What the fuck is that? We got another one over here. What are those?
When he runs up to the deck to see what it was banging on the wall outside his bunk, he catches two streamlined figures, matching pace with the boat. Understandably, people were pretty suspicious of it, because it truly could have been anything, but Source 90 was quick to debunk a good few comments.
You know your boy Sauce 90 never cares what nobody says because people are entitled to their opinion. Always. I'll never knock a motherfucker for thinking what I'm doing is fake or wrong because that's his opinion. Absolutely. But if you're going to talk about my outriggers, man, make sure you know that the boat I was on that fifth video was a different boat, and my outriggers are on the back of my boat, not the front. Peep game. Peep game. Yeah, outrigger. Got two of them located on the stern of the boat. There's the other one right there. And that video was shot from the wheelhouse.
So if it couldn't have been the boat equipment making shapes in the ocean, what the hell was it? And from here on out, it just gets more unexplainable. Check out what he found while he was fishing.
So I was fishing on this fishing trip, right? And something came up in the dredge. That looks like a tail to me. Looks like a tail of a bone to me. I'm gonna take that bone and go to the local university, which is UMass, go to their marine biology department and find out what the fuck that is. Because I don't know about you, I'm curious. I got some questions. Look at that.
Now surely, there's a reasonable explanation as to what this is. It's a whale's tailbone or something normal, right? Well, that's what we all thought. He contacted the Whaling Museum to get the bone examined by an expert, but it just led us all to another dead end.
So today was the day. I got a call back from the Whaling Museum, and they had an expert there who was willing to talk to me about the bone that I had found. But look at that, man. Look at those big, monstrous animals. Look at those bones. That's crazy.
Now, see right here, I would question, is there anything in the Whaling Museum, that has a bone like that?
He was there taking a whole bunch of photos, measuring the thing, emailing certain other people that he knows who might have other insight on it. Yeah, everybody's saying they never seen nothing like it. Usually the bones that come up are like vertebrae and stuff, but nobody's seen anything like this.
Take a photo, Bob asked me to take a photo of it.
Absolutely. You've never seen anything like this?
No. I don't know what it is.
That's crazy.
The expert was just as stumped as the rest of us. At this point, people began throwing around all sorts of ideas. Screaming dolphins, ARGs, and the ones that we've been thinking from the start. Not so little mermaids. If we take a quick deep dive, no pun intended, into Greek mythology, mermaids, or sirens, are dangerous creatures who would lure sailors out to sea with their enchanting voices. Portrayed in many works, such as the Physiologists, as beautiful women with fishtails, or as disturbing humanoid figures with razor-sharp teeth. And as we tread further into the domain of mythology, the more sources' videos seem to check out. Distant screams, soft voices asking him to jump, weird streamlined figures swimming along the boat, and a mystery tailbone, too small for a whale, but too big for most fishes in the area. It all seems a little too good. One could argue that the screams are added into the footage during editing. However, they also happen during his live streams.
Can you hear me? Yo, that shit was instantaneous, bro. Oh, I gotta watch my step out here, man. God damn. Where are you? Oh, that's over here. Wait, no, now it's there. Yo! I can't hear it. Oh. That one echoed a lot. That one echoed from the other side of the damn boat. That one came from over here. Can you sing for me? Give me something. Give me a face. Give me a tail. Let me know I'm not crazy. It's the same freaking pitch, same sound and everything. Like,
And the cherry on top of this cake, after his videos went viral, the government rocked up, toting a whole laboratory with them.
you're gonna be out here doing testing. Testing what? What the fuck are you guys testing? That's what I want to know. We all know Source 90 has heard certain things out in the ocean, and then my TikTok gets banned, and then the government shows up my boat. There's too many fucking coincidences.
The logo on the side of the lab checks out as legit. The University National Oceanographic Laboratory System is an established organisation that researches the ocean and sea life. But why did they hop on Source's boat out of the blue? Commenters were pretty suspicious, saying that they could be tracking the boat, trying to find the supposed siren, or planning to silence him, especially considering there were so many coincidences leading up to this. The screaming, the figures, the museum debacle, his TikTok account getting banned, and then the government steps in? Could the government be after whatever Source has found in the ocean? Or are they after him for knowing too much? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments.
So there you go. What do you think about that one? Hey, Miss Amy. So now, so there you go. So now, he sees this, he encounters this, he hears the screaming, he sees all of this, he takes what he's found to a oceanographic laboratory who looks at it, they can't figure out what it is, and then the government steps in. They ban his accounts, they ban his accounts, and now they're following him everywhere. And now they're going and tracking him. So what could it be? Hi, Blue Ivory. Going here vaping. Oh no, all I hear are mermaids. Well, are they trying to silence him? Are they trying to record what it is? Strippers are very good swimmers. Yes, they are. But what's going on here? What's going on here? This is nuts. This is insane. I mean, okay. I mean, mermaids? Come on. There's no way. Courtney, I don't know. But why would they shut his TikTok account down? Maybe it's because he's recorded things on there that they don't want anybody to see. Maybe they don't want him showing all of this. Maybe they don't want anybody else seeing this. So, in order to keep people silent, to keep him silenced, or to keep people silenced, they took it away. Any of the any of the any type of evidence he would have for something like that they're not aware of, that they're not in control of, they take away until they can determine what exactly it is. And it could be, yeah, it could be just the color of his skin. It could be. Who knows? Heaven sent, that's a good question. But we have no idea. I mean, where do baby mermaids come from? Are there such things as baby mermaids? I mean, that's a great question, but I don't have an answer for it. I don't have an answer for it. Well, he could have been fishing illegally, but why would you ban a social media account if he was fishing illegally? That would just involve going to court. That would involve fines. That would involve taking his boat. They didn't take the boat. I don't know what they did. But whatever they did, it they took control of his boat. They obviously want to investigate themselves to see what it is. And maybe it's something that they had no control over. You got this guy going out into the ocean and he's posting evidence of something that's not supposed to be there that is. And they don't have control of it. And I think that's the biggest thing. They don't have control of it. And because they don't have control, then they want to learn why they don't have control. I mean, for the longest time, we've always been told, well, this doesn't exist, that doesn't exist, this doesn't exist. And we're finding out now that there's a possibility that it could exist. What could it be? Because that's crazy. Miss Amy, narwhals. If you're talking about could it be narwhals, you're talking about something that's keeping up with a ship side by side, but you didn't see any. You didn't see any. Oh gosh. You didn't see anything that would tell you that that was a narwhal. You didn't see any flippers. Who knows what it could be? But you didn't see anything that had any idea. When the guy looked at it, he said, the one thing about this is, he said, I have no idea. I've never seen anything like this before. When he took it there, the guy had no idea. It's just something that's really, really different from anything we've ever seen. And it's once again different from anything that we've ever known. And we don't know what it is. But at this point, we don't know. We don't know what it is, and we don't know what it's not. You know, object. You're definitely right. I mean, like most sharks are cartilage. Anything on a rib cage, it's all cartilage. It has absolutely nothing to do with bone. Their structures. Uh, there's nothing like that. Nothing like actually having bones. So what is it? Who knows? Will we ever know the truth? Probably not. We will probably never know the truth on what we saw there to what it was. Well, Heaven Sent. I don't think Eric knows what he is. To be honest with you, I don't think he even knows what he is at this point. The man's been vaping way too much to know what he is at this point. I just know it's something else out there that I never thought could possibly exist, which or anything that would even lead me to believe that there's something like that out there. Object, yeah, yeah. I mean, a juvenile whale, uh, something of a seal. I just know that what we were seeing, what we were looking at, was not cartilage. And that's pretty much what makes up the structure of a shark is cartilage. Nub's Revenge, hello. Nubs, this channel is generally about paranormal, the paranormal, what could be kind of maybe out there, that they've told you for years and years and years that it doesn't exist, which may actually exist. Well, Blue Ivory, I hope that everything's good for you. I hope it's all right. The stuff that's true, well, the stuff that could be true. Yeah, I think that's it. I think the stuff that could be true. Just like I've got I'm a woodland creature. Well, you could be. You could be. I mean, the whole thing is we don't know. Welcome, yeah, welcome, Nub's Revenge. Good to see you. Good to have you here. If you want to hit the sub button, please go ahead. Wouldn't bother me at all. If you would hit the like button, that wouldn't bother me either. Come on in, sit down, and have a chat with everybody. We've got some fantastic people in here, like Blue Ivory, Heaven Sent, Cast and Blast. Man, there's a lot of great people in here. I mean, Ray Ray's in here, so it's got to be decent. Well, Nub, I hope you don't mind if I call you that. Nub, yeah, I think all of us have seen some wild stuff. I think all of us as humans have seen some wild stuff. And I think some of us are trying to find an answer for what did we see? What exactly did we see? Is it just us or is it other? Stumpy. Okay. I'll try to remember that. I've taken a lot of LSD in my time, so I have seen quite a bit myself. I'm sure, Eric. Oh, cast and bless. I'm sure if you've taken lots of LSD, I'm sure you've seen quite a bit. Sometimes I like to think that when we reach the afterlife, all questions are answered. Miss Amy, I hope so. I hope so, because I would truly like to believe that one day we will know the answers to this. Exactly what this is, exactly what's going on, you know? I would love to think that one day we would get an answer to all of this. So now I know we had somebody out there who was really into the Titanic. Who was it that's really into the Titanic? Tartaria. Yes, I'm a little familiar with Tartaria and the Grand Tartaria. Hey Magda, how you doing? That's a good question. I'd love to be able to swim with the sharks and not be scared of them and not wonder if they were going to bite me next. Well, Stumpy, it's a possibility. Trust me, I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything. Nothing at all. Deja vu? Yeah, yeah. Object, I would say yes. I wonder the same thing sometimes. Because sometimes I'll just be sitting here and I'll get a flash of something and I go, wow, I've seen that before. Even a couple of weeks ago I did that. And it was like, wow. Are we our ancestors? That's a good question. That's an excellent question. So I guess there's nobody here that was really into the Titanic. So we'll go ahead on and we'll go ahead with the next. Well, what we're going to do now, we're going to we're going to switch over just a little bit. And we're going to talk about this thing called ghosts. And I have two videos on this. And let me tell you something. If you like ghosts, you're going to love this. It's some of the most crazy stuff. It's some crazy stuff. It really is. And then we'll go to the Titanic. Personal take on the Titanic was that the bankers that were resisting the Federal Reserve were on it. Look at the people the crew manifested. They were on their way to stop the Federal Reserve from being established. Very possible. No, very possible, Stumpy. Very possible. Let's take a look at these and we'll be right back. So, y'all going to enjoy this. Really going to enjoy this. So, sit back, Make sure there's nothing on around you, and let's take a look.
Join Vince sa Google Meet na link sa calendar invite and
Will be open.
The church. The video, which was shared to TikTok by user Did You See It, shows a pastor in his church making a quick video update for his congregation. As he does, things begin to get a little strange. Take a look.
Pastor Aaron here. It's my pleasure just to announce that this Sunday will be open.
Over and over, the podium behind the priest falls over.
Fallen over on its own, and it's stable. I mean, it's not wobbly at all. It's kind of like
The pastor then shows us that there's no air conditioning or breeze that could have made the podium move.
no air conditioning. It's these things. They're off. I don't know. So I'm just going to sit here and watch it for a little bit.
Towards the end of the clip, a flag begins to move as well.
Ooh, that thing's moving. That hasn't been moving. Nothing else. There's no breeze. It's moving again. Good grief.
The fact that this footage was captured by a priest has led thousands of viewers to believe that this could be genuine paranormal activity. A lot of comments said that they'd like to think a man of the cloth wouldn't make a hoax video just for a bit of fun. There were a few commenters who thought they could see a piece of string pulling the podium over. However, it's hard to confirm as nothing seems to stand out.
It's stable. I mean, it's not wobbly at all. It's kind of like
Some viewers thought it was demonic energy antagonizing the priest in his own church. So what do you think? Are we witnessing some real paranormal activity here, or is this priest deceiving us? Let me know where you land on this in the comments below.
Pastor Aaron here. It's my pleasure just to announce that this Sunday will be open.
Some months ago, a family in an undisclosed part of Russia began experiencing some unusual activity around their home, in particular near their laundry area. They set up a camera to roll 24/7 to try and catch proof that something strange really was happening. The footage was shared to TikTok by user TikTok Paranormal. Take a look at what's been captured. First, a towel seems to move on its own. On a separate day, the same towel appears to be levitating in midair. Another day shows a tennis ball moving around the room. The homeowner then tries an experiment by placing some flour on the floor. Take a look at what happens. Something seems to pass right through the flour. She tries the same thing with a mug.
На выход, да, на выход поставила. Ну, все, мне уйти надо. А вы уверены, что поможет?
Things then seem to escalate. The whole door comes off its hinges. Then more eerie activity is captured by the camera. Looking more closely, the pages in the book appear to fold by themselves. And here, yet more movement can be seen. So, what's happening in this home in Russia? A lot of viewers were genuinely terrified for this poor woman's safety, with some saying she should leave the house immediately or get a priest to come bless the space. Unfortunately, there's very little information for us to run with this series of clips. We don't know where exactly it was filmed or by who. So for now, unless more info comes to hand, this bizarre series of clips will have to remain a mystery. This next one.
So, what do you think about that? That's kind of what the. That's a what the. Right? Yeah, I agree with you, Blue Ivory. I'm gone. I ain't messing around with that. Did you see all that? That's like that's bizarre. It is bizarre. Hi, Nicole. That's incredible. I mean, it really is. I mean, that stuff. I mean, okay, a ghost is in a church and giving a pastor a bunch of stuff. That's one thing. Sandy. Oh, Sandy, yeah, I'm so glad to see you. Really am glad to see you. But what the man? That's just creepy. That is just creepy. That's some stuff that I don't ever want to experience because that stuff in that Russian home, man, with that plate that was twirling around and making all that noise on the floor, man, that ain't something you can do with string. You know, that's not something that's either great editing or that's real. And I don't even know how you could do that type of editing. Does anybody here know how you could do that type of editing? Bella, Cat Ninja, Ray Ray, BB, Blue Ivory? Magnets? I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if you could do that. Yeah, I would tend to think it would have to be excellent editing. You know, yeah, the book, how you would make the page fold. How do you do that? Yeah, yeah, Stubby, I believe you. Yeah, I believe making the door fall would be easy, but getting the ball to roll across the floor and then all of a sudden bounce up to the extent that it did, yeah, you know, and then again when it made the books fall, what that book was that opened halfway and then folded a page and then unfolded the page and then closed. Yeah, and the towel just kind of hanging out. How do you do that? Oh, by the way, guys, I saw a movie today called Prey. I think it's on. Is it on Hulu? It's on one of the paid TV services. Hulu, I think it's called Prey. It's a sci-fi horror with Predator, like in the 1700s with the Indians. Oh, it's so good. You guys have got to see it. It's really really good. But I don't know. That's just kind of Stubby. I don't know about magic, but I know that's some wild stuff. Yeah, Bella, I guess, yeah, if movies can pull it off, so can some talented people. I would agree. Yeah. Yeah. If movies can pull it off, then there's some talented people out there who could probably do the same thing. But it's just that's some crazy stuff. I mean, some of that is some crazy stuff. Sandy, you don't? There you go, Sandy. Yeah, I'm with you, Bella. Some stuff I believe 1,000%. And some stuff, I just don't. I see some stuff. I mean, I'm going through a lot of video, and it's just like, and some of it I'm looking at, I'm going, that's so fake. And then I see stuff like this, and it just makes me go, wow, there's something to this. Even if it's totally fake, it's still good enough where I go, wow, that's good. If it's not, that could be that could be the real deal, and that's one of them. I mean, if you see that, and it just makes you just that's tripping. That's some tripping stuff. Sandy, can you type again? Wow, Stubby. Flatline sometimes longer than others. It's all done now as an adult. Has been for a long time. Stubby, that just gives you a different perspective on things. Maybe that is why. Maybe it's just a gift. I don't know. But if it truly is somebody who's faking it, it's a hell of a good job. No problem, Sandy. It's a hell of a good job. Yes, it is. Life is all about perspective. I agree with you, Nub. Or Stubby. Sorry. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Oh, goodness. I thought it was a curse as an adult. I realized. Yeah. Stubby, it is a gift. It is a real gift. Well, Miss Amy, yeah, I definitely have something I want to look forward to, but I don't quite understand going to heaven. Uh, put quotations up there. Heaven, um, is something that's really cool, but it's just getting there. Did I do enough? Did I say enough? Did my actions allow me to be able to go? And if they did, then that's great. Are you sure that you did what you needed to do to be able to be allowed to go there? Oh yeah, yeah, Miss Amy. What dreams may come is awesome. Yes, and the one thing that whole movie came to, the one message it has is heaven will be exactly what you believe it is. Yeah, that's a great movie, Miss Amy. Such a great movie. And again, another one that who did it? You know, he was such an artist, such a grand artist. You know that there's a lot of people out there. Well, there's some people out there that just have no idea on the actual on the brilliance of the man. Well, Miss Amy, then for you, that's what it's going to be. Exactly what you picture it as. Yes, David. Yeah, that's exactly. Okay, so now, since you guys like the Titanic, well, Bella, you know, I believe if you ask for forgiveness and you pray for forgiveness, then you will uh you'll be all right. That you'll be forgiven and you'll be just fine. I really do, Bella. You're all right. You're going to be fine. Well, then, Bella, you're going to be just fine. And I understand the fear of it, but yeah, you're going to be all right. Animal. Yes, Stubby, I've got one for um the Titanic.
Is what happened to him.
Okay. Hang on a second here. I gotta have some of my crisp, clean, cool, tasty water. Goodness. Miss Amy, I think that's one good thing about being Catholic. When you go to confession, you go there and he says, "Tell me your sins," and you tell him that. And he says, "Well, he said you need to do this and this and this and this, and you're forgiven." And just going and knowing that you've asked for forgiveness and you being told if you do this you'll be forgiven, and then doing that and knowing it's the whole the whole process and procedure of it all is like, okay, good, taken care of, done. It's a beginning, middle, and end. So then you feel like, wow, I really am forgiven for it because I asked for it. I did the acts of contrition, you know, and all this kind of stuff, and just makes it real easy to go, okay, well, I'm forgiven. It gives you something to base your um, what you're forgiven for. Well, Miss Sandy, you take care. Thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it, Sandy. Really just love you coming by. Love to see you. Thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this here. And what we're getting into is the Titanic. It's a little bit, takes a little bit, but we'll get there. And uh, enjoy.
Now, I have to admit, if the next piece of found footage is real, then it's amazing. Also, there was quite a lot of background information for this video which all points to it being real found footage of the Titanic sinking. In 1912, Joseph Davies, a 17-year-old boy, was tasked with the job of filming on the Titanic the day it sunk to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. The footage was recovered by a historian in 2020 who was investigating the sinking of the ship. He told news and radio stations all over the world that a camera was found in the Atlantic Ocean where the Titanic rests. He said it was a miracle that the camera was still intact after it was found in 1989. After years and years of trying to recover the destroyed film because of the sea salt, they were finally successful in 2020 when they used recovering state-of-the-art technology which got them the images you're about to see. Joseph died during the sinking of the ship. The end bit of the video, when it cuts out, is when Joseph drowned to death trying to capture the sinking of the Titanic. The 17-year-old boy's remains were never found. The clip is 4 minutes and 22 seconds long, and remember, they used state-of-the-art technology to clean up the film, and according to my sources, this is real. But what do you think? Tunnel of Terror.
So that was it. So that was it. So when when the Titanic filled up, that's when the guy passed. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So my question is, would you do that? Is that something you would do? Is that something you say, yeah, I would, yeah, I could do that. That's something I could deal with. Yeah, that's something, yeah, that's a job that I would take and follow through with it. I don't know. I mean, all I know is, if that truly is film from the Titanic, man, that place was looked pretty nice. you know, it did look nice. Object, I don't know, you know, but that's pretty hardcore. To think about that, to think about a 17-year-old named Joseph stood there and filmed all that until he drowned. That's hardcore. Because when you saw that last image, that was the last thing he saw. And then again, that water was so cold. Would you freeze to death before you drowned? I mean, because that was some cold water. I mean, there was ice water, I mean, they ran into an iceberg, I mean, that's some cold ass water, you know. Stump, Stumpy, I don't know. I don't know, Yes, I would think that salt water, the salt, would have messed with the actual film. I don't know. I don't know how that would all. James Cameron describes how hypothermia could be a peaceful kind of death. Everyone should have got close and peed in the water. Well, I know that's what most people do at the swimming pool. If you go to a public swimming pool, I bet if you put some of that stuff in to check how much urine is in the water, I bet you wouldn't want to see that. I know that's something I wouldn't want to see, because you're generally swimming in more pee than your water. In my opinion. But if that footage is true, man, that's hardcore sad. That's hardcore. Because I'm most likely gone, the hell with this. And been up at the top screaming and doing all this other kind of crazy stuff like everybody else. Looking for life preservers. Looking for some way, a boat, looking for something to get to float to try to get out of the way of the submersion of the boat, because when the boat goes underwater, it's going to suck a lot of water down, so you need to be far away from it so that way it doesn't pull you down as well. And then figure out how to get back to where you came from, which couldn't be easy. Couldn't have been easy for anybody who was on a boat, or who was on some type of raft. Could not have been easy for anyone. Yeah, I agree. The whole World War II time era is shrouded in all types of bad juju. Agreed. Completely agreed. Bunch of crazy stuff. Huge bunch of crazy stuff. Found the person who posted the video originally. They're a third artist and fan, a three-dimension artist and fan of the Titanic. It was a diorama set based on real schematics of the interior of the ship. Wow. They go by George Franco on YouTube with a modest 3K subs. Well, I think if people knew more about what they actually do or would understand more, I bet they'd have more people to subscribe. Because what they do, that's amazing. What they do, what they did there, that is amazing. Yeah, Miss Amy, that was. Yeah, you could definitely see. You saw that chair in there moving around. It was moving kind of fast. It was moving faster than what the rate of water flow coming in, which made me go, Yeah, which made me think, this could be, maybe this isn't what they say it is. And that's what led me to believe it was fake. It wasn't from an actual camera that was actually in the Titanic, that they had been putting all this time to recreating, through modern technology. It made me think, nah, I don't know about that. Yes, Titanic sinking was a major tragedy. It was supposed to be the boat. It was supposed to be the best of the best of the bestest, and it wasn't. It was supposed to be the most safe. They called it the unsinkable. That's what they called it. They were tripping on it, saying of how safe it was and how you couldn't sink this ship even if you tried. That was one of their big things on it, about it. Oh, you can say that again. Stubby, you can definitely say that again. You see how much, even today, even tonight, you've seen about the, some of the, corporations we've got, through the government. Some of the groups that they have through the government and what these groups actually do. And now even with the mermaid, with the possibility of the mermaid, as soon as the government heard about it, they got into it. They had to find out what's going on. Yeah, yeah. Blue Ivory swimming in cold water. Man, that stuff that it ain't cool. It ain't cool at all. What's up, Strange? I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot to know that when you're swimming in cold water like that, it's just it's scary. Thank you, Strange. Yeah, it's always good to see you. Yeah, exactly. Amy, they thought some of the lifeboats cluttered up too much of the ship, so they should have X amount. I thought it was like 64, and it turned out they only had like 28, something like that. Something a drastic difference in numbers of the amount of lifeboats they should have had on the ship that they didn't. Well, it's unsinkable. There's no need for it, and yeah, there was a little need for it. You are. Well, Bella, I'm glad to have I'm glad to have streamed also. It's it's part of why I'll never go on a cruise. Amen. It's part of why I'll never go on a cruise. I mean, number one, it's expensive as hell. I mean, it's expensive. Even if they go, it's only, $179. What they don't tell you is if you want to drink alcohol, then that's another 75. By the way, if you want to be able to get off and on the ship when it stops in ports, well, that's more money. And it's just like everything you want to do. If you want to be topside, where you can actually use a window, well, that costs more. And so you're like, it's like 3 days on a ship with one that has windows. What it's like $700. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Strange. It's like ridiculous. It's ridiculous how much it turns out to be. It really is. And if you just want a one room with a king size bed in it, oh my goodness. Oh, you done asked for the moon. It's going to cost that way too. Yeah, Nubs, that is kind of interesting. She goes on that Disney cruise every year. Wow. Yeah, that's expensive. It is, because Disney is definitely um turning out in some ways to be uh not something you want to support. Yeah, one of the worst companies on the planet. Yeah. Well, it's just like all this stuff about the WWE with their CEO and chairman, with their chairman, and how nasty he is, and how much he paid people to keep their mouth shut after he had affairs with them, about how he treated his staff. Some of his staff he treated really well, and others of his staff he treated, I mean, you could almost call it slavery. Really? Didn't turn out bad? They've been bad since the start, like using their children's characters to promote propaganda against the Germans during World War II or the racism. There you go. Yeah, sexual abuse, that's also bad. So it's like more and more it's coming out with these big companies of how they're actually behaving behind the scenes. Yeah, and it's interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. It's interesting. You're scared of megalodons? It's interesting that you say that, Strange. Interesting that you say that. Because I've got a little video here about megalodons and the some of the video proof we have that they're still alive. We see tons and tons of fish every year, like mermaids, but tons and tons of things in the ocean that we thought were never could never be alive. Well, thank you, Blue Ivory. That's very nice of you. Um, and just like the problems we're having now is we're because people are abusing the fishing industry to the point that it's getting so bad that orcas, killer whales, are moving into the areas that where great white sharks are, and because killer whales are the only thing that's a predator to a great white shark, to sharks just overall, are moving into the areas and are scaring off the great white sharks, all sharks, because they really like eating the lungs and hearts of great whites and of sharks just overall. That sharks are moving into the other areas, and all of the great white sharks that are normally hang out in Australia are now hanging out off of the coast of North America. And it's to the point now that from the sharks that we have actually tracked using computer technology, and the migration patterns are changing, and also they're coming here and they're hanging out now on North American shores, to the point that it's so bad that it's totally changing everything that has been that one way for hundreds of years, and totally changing life patterns. And it's really, really getting bad, to the point that we're having shark attacks here now in America. We're having people seeing great white sharks anywhere from 14 to 20 feet long, to the point that they're now swimming so close that any time that they wanted to attack humans, they could. Permission of the prisoner unpaid activity in Russia likes the lack of action and sanction. I'm with you, Bella. Yeah, I don't want to be on their headlines. Nope, I sure don't. I don't want nothing to do with it. Look like a baby seal in the water. No, 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 no. Right? Yes, there have been quite a few greats on the West Coast, but there's also been quite a few greats on the South Coast and on the East Coast. Yeah, Object, I hear you, man. I hear you. It's just one in a hundred different things that's going on right now. Right now is really an interesting time period if you really think about it, because we've got companies being exposed for what they really are, how they really act. We have migration patterns of fish being changed. We have weather patterns being changed to that now, where it used to be X amount of degrees during the summer, starting early and ending early. Also, that's the good thing. They are ending early, but we've got places where it was never 100 degrees or staying consistently in the 100-degree area, heat zone, uh, who have never been that way, who are now getting that way, staying that way. We have lots of things going on that have never gone on before, and it's really becoming an interesting period in time. Hey, there's Quinn, Mr. Quinn. Yeah, life as we know it is changing now, and it's changing for the good, for the bad. We don't know yet. That I guess that's something we'll have to find out. Mr. Quinn, what are you doing? Really, black soap? I'm gonna have to check into that. Never heard of that, but shoot, I'd try anything. I just use these big bars of soap, like right now the Cowboy bar of soap in rum, and it's really good and it lasts a long, long time. And these bars, I mean, they're probably 8 inches long by like three inches wide. They're big bars of soap. But that's the thing. You can use them as shampoo as well as for the body. So, I mean, everything you need, you got just right there. So that's what I like about it. You're not having to switch. You go from the body and whoop, and you go to the head, and it's all in one thing. So you don't have to change. Cool, Miss Amy. You're going to have to tell us about it. You're going to have to tell us about if you've used it, how it acted or reacted with you. Wow, I didn't know that either. Dang, Stumpy, you just telling us all kinds of good things. Oh, hi, Diva Quinn. Oh, Blue Ivory. Because, Quinn is a close personal friend of mine, and I just love him to death. Been using Blue Coastal Bar. It smells good, and some spritz of cotton candy. Ooh, that does sound good. That sounds really good. Ah, okay. Long as it's unscented. Yeah, because mine's unscented with bay rum. Mine is unscented with. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have to go. Um, I thank everybody for coming over. I thank everybody for coming out this evening. Everybody from coming by. I hope I was a slightly bit entertaining and slightly bit educational as well. Y'all have been wonderful. Y'all have been great. My goodness, I mean, you just have been fantastic. I'll be on again, probably sooner than later. But y'all take care. Thank you for coming by. It's really been wonderful. Thank you so much. God bless you all.